Hi, I'm Mike Vondruska, here to show you more of this fascinating country called Mexico. Join me today as we explore this small little seaside village of Playa Chachalacas here along the Gulf of Mexico in the state of Veracruz. On most days of the week, this Gulf Coast village is just a sleepy little beach town. Life is peaceful here during the weekdays. The local residents have the town mostly to themselves. However, on the weekends and during the times when Mexican kids are on vacation from school, this place can really be rocking with lots of families and friends enjoying its long and wide brown sand beaches along the Gulf of Mexico. Since Playa Chachalacas is only a short drive from the port city of Veracruz and also the city of Jalapa, which is the capital of Veracruz State, many come for just one day to enjoy the ocean and beach. Here in Playa Chachalacas, you're not going to see very many foreigners. I'm probably one of the only foreigners on the beach, if not the only one. Here, you're mostly just going to find Mexican nationals enjoying the day, in the case of the locals, in their backyard. There are plenty of comfortable, locally owned hotels which can be found either along the beach or within a few blocks of the ocean. What you won't find in Playa Chachalacas are any big brand name hotels. There are no Holiday Inns, no Best Westerns, or Days Inns, or any other chain hotels. However, there is one hotel here in Playa Chachalacas that's totally different from the rest of the hotels. I am going to tell you my opinion of all the places I've been to along the coast of the state of Veracruz. This is the finest, the nicest, the fanciest hotel. And the name of the hotel is called Artisan Hotels and Resorts Collection. This small hotel has the amenities you'd expect to find in places like Tulum, Puerto Vallarta, or Cancun. But for budget travelers, the other hotels in Playa Chachalacas are just fine for staying one or more nights. Many of them do have small pools, and some have their own restaurant. In Playa Chachalacas, I have a good friend who lives and works here, and he's also one of my guides. Let's go see how he's doing. Hey, my friend.
Hey, Mike. Nice to see you.
Good to see you, too.
How are you?
Doing good, doing good.
Let's go inside.
Okay.
Hey. Hey.
Now let's sit here. I always like coming here, getting away from the city of Veracruz where I live and just coming out in this small town. How many people live here?
More or less around 650. More or less.
650. Yeah, it's a small town. It's on the beach. We're, what, about 4 blocks from the ocean?
Yeah, about 5 minutes walking from here to the ocean, and then like 3 minutes to the river, the big river. The name is Actopan.
So tell me about your hotel. How did you get started with this hotel?
Well, this is a family business.
Yeah.
You know, my father and my mother, they started to offer services around 30 years ago. And then I get married, and I came and I started to run the business. And since that moment until today, I got 20 years in front of the hotel.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
And how many rooms do you have here?
16 rooms we have.
And your clientele, what are they? Mexican, foreigners?
Well, most of the people, they are Mexican families coming from Puebla, Tlaxcala, Mexico City, the state of Mexico, and some foreigners. Like, let's talk about, I don't know, probably 4%.
4%. So, yeah.
But it is important because, you know, we've been hosting more than, I think, 31 countries around the world.
Wow.
Right here in my hotel.
Nice, nice, nice. Now, your hotel, which is called Hotel La Pinqui.
Sí.
La Pinqui, what does that mean?
Well, that's the way that my father used to call my sister when she was a baby. So it's a nickname for my sister.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see. Oh, that's nice. All in the family. Your hotel, though, is not on the beach. It's actually in town.
Yeah, well, we are in the entrance of the town, and this hotel is built right right here because it's a little bit far from the ocean.
Yeah.
And then my father says that it will protect his property against something
Hurricanes or
or
what
whatever.
have you. If they happen.
Nothing happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was his thought.
Well, sometimes the beach is here in Playa Chachalacas is wide. It's very long, but sometimes in front of the hotels that are there, it can get noisy. There's ATVs. There's people enjoying it. So this is a more quiet. It's right in town,
Yep.
and yet it's only 5-minute walk. So it's
Yeah.
not bad.
Yeah, and also like you can feel right now, you can feel the breeze, the sound of the air. The other sound that you can hear is the pool
Yeah.
moving the water. So, and that's it. If nobody makes more noises, like loud music or something, it's gonna be like it is right now.
Right, right. The people you said that usually come to enjoy the beaches here, enjoy the restaurants and that, you said are mostly from Mexico, and they're mostly families, like small
Yeah.
groups of people that come.
Yeah. Also retired people, because they like a lot Chachalacas because it's a nice place to stay on calm. Yeah, like you can see, we have gardens inside the hotel where you can just lie yourself and rest for a couple minutes, hours, whatever you decide.
Sure.
So Chachalacas is more like a family place.
Right.
All places in Chachalacas, many families like Chachalacas because they can come with them kids and they have a nice day, beautiful day, because the ocean, the beach is not that deep. Yeah, I don't know if I can explain. Like
It gradually gets deeper, but over a longer time frame.
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
can, the kids aren't going to get in trouble and be over their head right away. It'll take
Yeah.
some time before it gets too deep.
Yeah, I don't want to compare, but if you go to Acapulco, you walk 3 or 4 steps and then it comes down like very deep ocean. And here you can walk like 50 meters and it's going to be wonderful, wonderful.
The nice thing about Playa Chachalacas and Veracruz in general, as I know from living here and working from here, is all of the outdoor activities, but the specialty outdoor activities that can happen here in Chachalacas, Playa Chachalacas, is different from what you're going to find in the rest of the state and in most places around the country.
Yeah. Well, we have many different adventure activities here because we have this special place that they are dunes, sand dunes right in front of the ocean. Some of them they are very high, some of them not, and they are like around 647 hectares of dunes, and that's a perfect place if you like to drive an ATV. If you like to do sandboarding. And also we have 2 coral reefs in front of that dunes, which is wonderful. The river, you can do a paseo with the lancheros, which is wonderful. This is a huge river with a wonderful surface where you can do another water activities.
Yeah, we forgot to tell you. Yeah, that's right. There's this big river that flows right into the ocean. In fact, yesterday I was walking around the river,
Yeah.
and I saw some of the boat people, the lancheros, and behind them, they had passengers who were on banana boats.
Banana boats.
And they were in the ocean, and then they'd come into the river, and then they'd turn around and go back into the ocean, and they were having a great time.
Yeah. Now they are offering the new service about banana boats. The new one is you have to ride seated and hold it, and it's a little bit faster than the banana, and it makes you do turns, and then with the speed you start to jump, and sometimes you fly a little bit, like a couple meters over the surface of the water. It's wonderful. It's very exciting. I like a lot.
Yeah, and so this is a great place to do that. You've got the river, you've got the ocean, as well as these tall sand dunes that just go forever and ever. First time I remember that you took us, we were with some other people, and we learned how to ride the ATVs. You instructed us how to do that. We got to the precipice of the very first dunes. We stop, and I'm looking down, and I look at my friends. It was their first time, and they're looking at me, and we're thinking to ourselves, no way. I mean, it was so steep. No way. And you said, just keep your wheels straight, put it in first, and don't turn your wheels, and you'll be fine. And sure enough, we went at this angle. I mean, you tip over and go down. And I remember thinking, I just climbed Mount Everest, Whoa, look at that thing behind me. And we're all like, huffing and puffing our chests out like we did it. And then I'll never forget this. You looked at us, you said, well, I'm glad you enjoyed that one because that's not the tallest one.
Yeah. We have really a nice place over there where you can drive your ATV or UTV.
And we've been working together. Actually, you're one of the tour guides that I network with here in Veracruz, and of course, you've also been a host tour guide in many other parts, from Cancun all the way to the interior of Mexico with some of my travel guests, but especially here in Veracruz, and so you're sort of like the expert guy, especially when it comes to ATVs and sandboardings and that, to actually have tours. A lot of the tours start from your hotel here, and then continue on to the beach.
See, so it's a wonderful place if you like to have adventures. Yeah, not exposing yourself to nothing. It's just to enjoy the place because it's completely different to the rest of the country. Actually, those are the only dunes in the country right in front of the Gulf of Mexico.
Right.
With this warm water, when you get tired to the dunes and the sun, you just have to walk a little bit and jump inside the ocean, and it will refresh yourself. It's a wonderful place, believe me.
It is. It's unique, and it's only about less than an hour from the port city of Veracruz, just up the coast, and so it's pretty simple to get to. Well, anyway, I appreciate you taking the time to just kind of chit-chat about Playa Chachalacas, about how you got started here, your hotel, and we're going to see more of each other because we're actually in the process of planning another trip that's cross-country that begins here and ends in Guadalajara. So we're just constantly creating new trips for people to enjoy Mexico.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure, man.
It's a pleasure for me, my friend.
Okay.
Have a nice day, and remember, ven a Chachalacas.
Come to Chachalacas. You got it,
See
man.
you guys.
We'll see ya. Rest assured, even for foreigners like myself, you're always most welcome with all the local folks here in Playa Chachalacas. Thanks for joining me today.
Nos vemos en Chachalacas.
We'll see you in Mexico.